live.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakodash.
And double honors to the Apostle Elders Great Millstone, who teach well and rule well. Was a sense of Shalom, so hopeful elect. All right, we took brothers from GMS Cleveland camp. Is a brother you call?
Brother Arad.
And real quick, I just want to go into this. We on the way to camp. I just want to go into this real quick. This documentary I had watched last night at the job. It was basically about this dude Pablo Escobar. Okay, which if you know, he's really an Asherite. You know what I'm saying? He's a so-called Colombian. Okay, he was basically running shit. Okay, in the with the whole cocaine business. Okay, you know, the 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. I believe the 80s and 90s, they said in the documentary. But basically, I just want to point out some points how Esau is the real biggest criminal on earth, man. Because basically, in the documentary, I was watching it, and I was like, bro, there's just so much hypocrisy. How literally they was comparing him to Adolf Hitler, and how he's just the worst thing going. And then basically, you had these Edomite cops talking about, yeah, you know, the reason why it was so significant for us is because, you know, if you know about the Americans that got involved, there's a bunch of this shady shit going on. Basically, during the so-called investigation of the thing, like I said, you can watch the documentary on it, but basically during the investigation of it, some other cartel group popped up out of nowhere and started just knocking off all his people, basically not playing by the rules. All right, basically taking the gloves off. They got a term for it, no red tape, so to speak, no barrier. Because even Esau, his so-called justice system, they're supposed to have a barrier in the system and lines they don't cross. But basically, they was crossing those lines. I believe it was called El Pepe. All right, the group that popped up just so happened when Esau Edom the Americans, joined in on operation, man. But basically, they basically were saying that, they love that taking down Pablo Escobar and killing him because it represents that no matter how rich you are in this world, you escape from justice. Okay, and they basically try to make him seem like he was the biggest criminal ever. But here it is, Esau Edom, these elites, the real criminals of the earth. Okay, they just went around free. Right. All right, but he's right. He's right about the fact that no matter how rich you are in this world, you can't escape. Judgment. All right, because it really is about power. See, riches don't equal power. Mm-hmm. All right, real power is being able to control the richest. Right. All right, because Esau Edom, he changed gold and silver to fucking green sheets of paper with his face on it. Yeah. Oh, you got that yourself.
You want to get straight to the point?
Yeah, straight to the point.
This is Genesis chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
It said a fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And you go into a fugitive, not the super deep definition, but just keep it simple. Basically, a fleer from justice. Somebody who's escaping their judgment. A criminal who's done wrong, he's trying to escape their judgment, man. All right, and that's what Esau Edom does. He's a fugitive ever since Cain. You understand the scriptures. Cain came back as Esau, and Esau he's been on that campaign of trying to hide from the judgment of Yahweh Shimon Shai, trying to hide from the people of the world, seeing him for the devil he really is. All right, and that's why he constantly points the finger at everybody else. These fucking demons got the nerve to talk about in documentary I watched. Cause multiple, but the one I watched, it was like basically them all the cartel niggas that was with in Pablo Escobar. He was a psychopath, and he's they say he's the most evil race of men there's ever been and shit. Like I say, literally comparing them to Adolf Hitler. I'm like, bro, you a fucking hypocrite, bro. Yeah. Here it is. He'll say all this shit, which again, all these so-called drug dealer dudes, they're all tapped into the CIA. All these niggas, bro, you cannot run an operation that fucking large and not be tapped in with Esau, bro. Right. Okay, but regarding that, I'm like, bro, so he'll say all this shit about a nigga like Pablo Escobar, all right, but he won't have none of this, but he'll praise niggas like Christopher Columbus, bro. Yeah. This nigga came to the whole Western Hemisphere and wiped out hundreds of millions of people, bro. But this nigga he'll praise a guy like that. He don't got nothing to say here. He ain't making no fucking 2-hour documentary about the crimes of Christopher Columbus, man.
Yeah, they give him a whole day named after him.
Is he got a whole? You still celebrate him to this fucking day, man? Yeah. Bro, look, search up hypocrite in the scriptures, bro. Because the scripture in Job that says that the hypocrite reign not. All right. At least the people be ensnared, bro. That's exactly what Esau is, bro. He's a fucking. I was watching this shit. I was just laugh like, this nigga's a hypocrite, bro. Biggest fucking hypocrite on the goddamn earth, man. Because I'm like, bro, this dude, man, everything he does, everything that our people do, okay, certain wicked Israelite men, like when you think of a drug dealer, you think of an Israelite man, but really it's Esau behind that shit. And they show you that in all these fucking movies, like and TV shows like Snowfall. All right, they show you like, nigga, you tapped into the CIA. There's no way, again, there's no way, when he saw all technology, there's no way that, here it is, these motherfuckers can so-called see into the goddamn galaxy. This nigga can tell you, allegedly to him, we know it's bullshit, but this nigga can allegedly tell you, oh, what creatures were doing fucking 12 billion years ago, all right? The dinosaur age and shit. Or we found a dinosaur bone, and he was looking like this, he was doing this, all right? But he can't tell you, yeah, he still got blurry surveillance footage. But this nigga can't tell you who's running shit. Like, man, this is bullshit, man.
Yeah, you got it. You said the hypocrite. What?
The hypocrite reign not. Just look.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah. This is Job chapter 34 and verse 30. It says that the hypocrite reign not, lest the people be ensnared.
That's why everybody's ensnared by this devil's the wine of Babylon, bro. Because everybody's bugged out, man. We always grab it. It comes out like every camp. So right the 10th chapter, man, as the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Mm-hmm. Psalms 12 and 8, it tell you what? It tell you the wicked walk on every side when the violence are exalted. And Esau's vile, bro. Like I said, for Esau's the biggest drug dealer, he's the biggest murderer, he's the biggest rapist, he's the biggest pedophile. Any negative thing that he so-called persecutes. And then this the way he tries to frame shit. He got the music playing in the background. He tried to act like, once the Americans got involved. And basically that nigga Pablo was basically running shit. He basically, his Sicarios and shit, they basically was running shit over the goddamn Colombian government. So I'm like, bro, basically, like, yeah, the America got involved, and Pablo, he didn't want to come to America. He wouldn't have control over the judges because they're not corrupt. I'm like, bro, what the? I was watching like, bro, this is the most corrupt place on the earth, bro. What are you talking about, man? He trying to act like, America stands for a place of justice. It's all full of shit, man. But that's it, y'all. I just want to do that quick lessons on my spirit. I watched the documentary. I was like, man, this dude is full of shit, bro. He's trying to make this dude act like he's the worst thing going. But I'm like, bro, but here it is. You do all that times 1,000, bro. But that was it, y'all. Lil Win, that was his quick hit. Call Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakodash. Double honors to the Apostle, Elder's Great Millstone. Shalom to Hopeful Leg, a Bible Ball. Shalom.
Shalom.